Hello everyone, welcome to the Hypergamous Journey. My name is Denise. At this channel we talk about hypergamy, which is dating up for women who are 55 and older. I am 61. I turned 61 about 14 days, 2 weeks ago. So in my last video I talked about hypergamy and hypogamy based upon my date with candidate number 2. So I had 2 candidates, and I call them that because I don't want to reveal their identities. So I'll just say, candidate 1 or candidate 2. So candidate 2 is still in the running, and candidate 1 kind of dropped off. But I wanted to talk about candidate number 2, a very nice gentleman who I went on a date with yesterday, and I talked about me getting with him, marrying him would be hypergamy for him and hypogamy for me, based on what he has willingly told me about his financial situation, which is bad credit, 2 marriages. He divorced his second wife about 5 years ago, spent a number of years living with his mother, and then he got an apartment about 1 year ago. This August will be 1 year ago, and in a 55 plus community in a okay area of town. And so I had to ask myself, if I were to marry, because I'm dating for marriage, which I told him I am doing, I'm dating for marriage. So if I were to hitch my wagon to his horse or his wagon, then it would be an unequal pairing where I would be dating down and he would be dating up. And as he told me in one of our many conversations, that he is looking to bring what he has to the table, his exact words, I will bring what I have to the table and you bring what you have to the table, and we will form a team. And I told him, I don't believe in that I am a traditional woman looking for the man to lead, and that I will move into his place and get with his lifestyle rather than we building a lifestyle together. And and this may be triggering for some ladies, but let me tell you my thinking behind this with this particular candidate number 2. Candidate number 2 lives in an apartment, and this is in no way any shade to him, because his financial circumstances is based on a divorce. He said he was married for 9 years and he helped her to build a salon and all of these things, and which are admirable and which is good. But none of it benefited me. So that's his past. When I meet him, he's like a 20-year-old starting over. He moved out of his mom's place into an apartment. That's what 20-year-olds do. They move from their mom's house or mom or parents' home to their own apartment. This is what this 62-year-old man has done. He moved from his mom's place to his apartment all over again because of a divorce. I'm clear about that. Then he moved into the apartment. He hasn't been there a year yet. It's beautifully decorated. But it still is an apartment. Within 24 to 48 hours of meeting him, he asked me, do you live in a house? I said yes. He asked if there was a fireplace. I asked him why, because I do have one, but it's non-working. I didn't tell him that, but I do live in a house. He said, because I like watching the game and movies in front of the fireplace and eating popcorn and blah, blah, blah. Cool. Then he asked me directly, what kind of car do you drive? And I'm like, what difference does it make what kind of car I drive? So he said, I said, I don't know what kind of car I drive. I just know that it gets me from point A to point B. And that's all that matters. Of course, I know what kind of car I drive. I have to maintain it. But I feel like it's none of his damn business what kind of car I drive. And what does that have to do, as my mom would say, what does that have to do with the tea in China? So anyway, so he asked me 2 financial questions without asking me how much I make. So in my mind, he said, well, women always have an agenda. And I thought, well, men always have an agenda too. They want the cookies and or the coins. So he's determining whether he's trying to calculate what I have based on whether I have a home, what kind of car I drive, and things like that. So this is my thinking about it. Whoever I marry, I will have to fit into their lifestyle. Excuse me, my phone. I'm recording this on my phone. So I would have to fit into their lifestyle. So if we marry, I would have to move in. And of course, I don't have to. He can move into my place, but that's not the point. I'm not allowing anybody to move into my place. I want to move into theirs. So I would have to move into his apartment and downgrade my life to his lifestyle. And I ask myself, can I do that? And if I can do that, then I will, he's a good prospect, or he's a good potential. He's a good candidate. But judging from his apartment, where he's lived, his neighborhood, I would not be happy doing that. So he is not a good candidate for me. Now, if the answers were, yes, I could move into his place. Yes, I could live in his neighborhood. Yes, I would be comfortable doing that. Then he is a good candidate. And this is just basic things that I can see. His apartment, he drives a very nice used Lexus. But, you know, he rents an apartment. He told me the utilities are included. It's a 55 plus community. The neighbors that I have seen, they're in wheelchairs. They are not in the best health, and they don't look prosperous either. So when I ask myself those questions, they're just vetting questions. VETTING, victory, ETTING. Those are vetting questions I'm asking myself. Just basically, based on what I know, based on what I see, can I see myself marrying this man and living according to his standard of living? No higher, because he needs my resources to get higher, but can I live the way that he lives and be happy? And I have to honestly say, no. So ladies, I recommend and suggest that you ask yourself that simple question when you meet a man who has potential, that you think that maybe personality-wise you can get along and things of that nature. And it's very early for us, just 2.5 weeks. But based on what I've seen of his financial stability, can I get with his lifestyle? And sadly, I have to say no, despite his niceness and kindness and general personality, because I have to get to know him longer than 2.5 weeks to even find out the real personality, because both of us are showing up with our representatives. But the facts don't lie. And the facts are, he lives in an apartment. Oh, he's on a fixed income. And he's in a 55 plus or 55 plus community where the residents don't look healthy or financially stable is a word, financially stable. And my question to myself is, can you live in his apartment around these kinds of neighbors? And the answer is no, because it's depressing to me, and I am potentially hitching my wagon to someone who is financially unstable or insecure. Now, some people would say with the fixed income, you know, he's not financially insecure, but like I said, I would be depressed living in that community. And for us to get out of that community would require my resources. And I'm unwilling to hitch my wagon to his wagon and let him lead me in any kind of direction. So if you like this video or any of my others, please like, subscribe, share, click on the notification bell so you'll be notified of any new videos. And don't forget to check out the Hypergamous Journey Statement Journals on Amazon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.